Vigil at the same spot every morning at the crack of dawn. Janet and I are worried sick about her.
Well, they say it takes time.
True, it's been a year. Seems that her life just stopped cold when she lost Gus Pike.
You can't lock yourself away forever, dear.
Please, just leave me be. I would rather stay home.
Life goes on, sweetheart. And it will for you, too, if you just let it.
Oh, Father, don't you see? I'm in limbo. If I had seen him buried, if I knew, but not like this, not ever knowing.
Well, we would have heard by now. He's gone, Felicity.
I can't accept that. I won't. He's everywhere I turn. He's a part of me. How can I just dismiss him from my mind?
By letting something else in.
Like Seth did. I could never do that.
Tell me about Gus Pike.
What's there to tell, really? For months, I dreamed that I would see him again. His ship would come sailing over the horizon, and there would be Gus standing on the bow waving at me. I'm beginning to believe that that's not going to happen.
What's wrong with you? Our daughter's safely married to a fine young man who's head over heels in love with her. You should be on top of the world.
Except he isn't Gus Pike. Not by a long shot.
I do not want you throwing cold water over your sister's happiness.
Who says she's happy? Have you asked her? I'm just saying he's not the man Gus Pike was.
Felix, that's enough.
I'm in love with Gus Pike.
I know that. But Gus isn't real. I am. Gus is only a memory. I'm here and now.
Stop. I don't want to hear this.
Be practical, Felicity. You can't cling to a ghost forever.
Stop it. Leave me alone.
Felicity, dear, a first love is just that, the first. But Gus is gone. Please, don't let that first love be your last.
You're saying that I should forget Gus?
No. I'm saying that caring for somebody else is not going to banish Gus from your heart.
Gus. It's our wish box. You and me and Sarah, remember? It was so long ago. I wish I could marry a man as strong and kind as my father. A man who will love me forever and ever. I wish for a white wedding and 6 children. Such dreams, Felix. Where did they go? I still carry Gus in my heart.
No, I know. We all loved Gus, and none of us want to entirely let him go, but... Oh, my dear, it breaks my heart to see you alone. wearing Gus's ring again.
Well, on my other hand, as a remembrance.
You still think of Gus, of course.
Oh, not as much. If I can't get to sleep at night sometimes, or when I first wake up in the morning, but not that often. Not anymore.
Think of Felicity.
I am thinking of Felicity. It's in thinking of her that I can't help but think of Gus Pike.
No, no, don't you see? It's the patient that knows me. It has to be. It's Gus.
Gus?
Felicity, all hands were lost when Gus's ship went down off the Carolina coast. You know that.
Well, then who did she mean?
Oh, darling, it couldn't possibly be.
And Teddy, I've had a telephone call. Gus is in Charleston, South Carolina. He's alive.
Alive? Gus? Oh, you spoke to him. Did you speak to him?
No, but I spoke to the nurse, and she said that he needs me, that I'm the only one who can bring him back to the living.
Oh, will you listen to yourself? Hetty, the woman never mentioned Gus by name. She said a patient, a patient.
Oh, well, who else could it be?
Look, if it's really a matter of life and death, surely the woman will ring back.
I have to go. Mother, I've got to go to Charleston and find Gus.
Oh, go to Charleston?
If Gus is alive, it changes everything.
What about me? For the love of God, even if he hadn't drowned, how could he let you think he was dead if he cared about you?
That's what I have to find out.
After all our planning, after everything.
Stuart, I have no choice. I have to know. I have to find Gus. I was wondering if you knew this fellow. I'm trying to find him. He worked for your line. His name is Gus Pike.
Sorry, miss. Can't help you.
Do you know this man? His name is Gus Pike.
Going slowly down the coast, along New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, applying the route Gus took so often. Still, no useful information.
What drew Gus to the seafaring life?
If your young man is to be found in Charleston, Miss King, we'll uncover him. That's a promise.
Was Gus Pike among you?
Gus? You knew Gus?
We were to be married.
Sorry, miss. He drowned. You didn't know?
Did you know him well?
Well, of course, miss. He was our telegraph operator.
Did you see him the night of the wreck? Did you see him in the water?
Miss.
Do this to yourself.
Oh, I have to know whatever I can. I've got to find the truth.
Last I saw him, we were taking the final lifeboat off. He could have got in with us, but he turned back. The boiler fire broke out just as the gale came down on us hard. The lifeboats were putting into some god-awful seas. And Gus knew the men couldn't last long in that rough of water. He turned back, hoping some vessel would pick up his signal and steam toward us. If not for him, we all would have died. As it is, our boat turned. Only 5 hung on.
And Gus?
I owe my life.
You're sure he drowned?
I wish I could tell you differently.
I'm trying to find this young man. His name is Gus Pike.
You are you? Who might you be, child?
Felicity King.
Now, dear, be careful. Go and fetch a mop.
I'm sorry, miss, but there's no such a boy here. I'm very sorry, but I can't be of much help.
Well, then, perhaps I'll just come back tomorrow and speak to the nurse.
Did we so badly want Gus Pike to be alive that we were willing to believe anything?
I won't think like that. I have to go back to the mission home.
Who had this?
Aunt Hetty, that woman knows something. I am convinced of it, and if you want to entertain your doubts, then go ahead, but I won't.
You can't go down there alone. Felicity?
Isn't that Jimmy, the boy from the ship who knew Gus?
I'm as glad we didn't find Gus in a place such as this.
Excuse me, do you know this man? What about you? Do you recognize? Excuse me, sir, do you know this man?
No, ma'am. Morning, Leroy. Happy morning.
Sir, do you know this man?
I suppose you'll have to...
Are you certain you don't know this man?
I do admire that young lady's stick-to.
Stick-to is a King family trait. Though somewhat misguided, I fear, in this instance. Oh, how many people can the poor girl show that picture to?
In Charleston? Some 50 or 60,000.
You know about Gus Pike. You telephoned me. Yes, and I recognize the song. It was you, wasn't it?
It's all right, Odelia. How can we help you, Miss King?
Do you know where Gus Pike is?
Smitty, you back from practice? Miss Letty. Who's there?
Gus. It's Felicity.
Get out. Get out of here!
What? Gus, no!
Get out, I said!
It's just you're going to hurt yourself.
Did you hear me? Get out and leave me be!
Gus Pike, you stop at this!
Come on now.
Just go away. Go away.
Of all the things I imagined, I never expected this.
No one thought he'd even live. But I wouldn't leave his side. We all knew what he tried to do to save the others. After the explosion, a trawler pulled him from floating wreckage. Barely conscious.
Child.
When he found out he was blinded, and that all but 6 had died just the same, he went deep inside himself and wouldn't come out.
But was no one told he was alive? No authority, no one?
He was found separate from the others. At first, in the confusion, the world thought he was dead. Gus wanted it kept that way. The boys who lived, they knew it was only because of Gus. Gus wanted us to swear to his secret. We did.
And can he see nothing? Nothing at all?
Light and shadow. He couldn't stay at the home. The mission needed the bed. That's when Granny asked him here.
Well, that boy has a powerful light inside. If only he just let it shine again.
He won't go to the doctors no more. I got upset and I tried to call you. But he made me swear not to try again. You of all people.
Why?
Well, that child, you're gonna have to ask him yourself.
And I barely know Miss King. But don't you think you owe it to the girl to at least talk to her?
Felicity deserves better. And she's too decent a person to leave a blind man.
I know what you're going through, son.
No, you don't. And neither does she.
That young lady has undertaken an incredible journey with nothing to go on but faith. Faith in you. Surely you can find a corner of your heart to soften toward her. What has she ever done but love you?
didn't you let me know that you were alive?
I couldn't. I want you to go back to Avonlea and get on with your life.
Gus, how could I?
You could if you tried.
The only way that I will go back to Avonlea is with you.
Look at me. I'm useless. Don't waste your life.
Who are you to tell me not to waste a life?
Go home.
Sitting here with your baskets?
Go home, I said. You think we can just go on and live happily ever after, but you don't know what it feels like for me. For some people, life doesn't have happy ever afters.
We will be fine.
I've gone cold inside, like stone. I've no love to give anybody. If I have to spell it out for you, I will. I don't want you no more.
I won't leave you. I will live the rest of my days out here if I have to, but I will not go back to Avonlea unless you are with me. Gus said that he won't come home with me. He told me to go on with my life.
Why? But I told him about Stuart.
If I told Gus about Stuart, he would never leave here. I don't know what to say to him. I don't know what to do.
It was no sense you and Felicity coming here. If you care about your niece, you'll take her home.
Don't you give me that pious face or I'll slap you. All along you said she was too good for you, too good for you. Well, now I'm inclined to agree. Well, not because you've lost your eyesight, boy, but because you're a coward.
I'm not a coward!
Love has its limitations. Sometimes, no matter how much you love someone, bad things still happen.
Go on. Go to him.
Gus.
Don't be scared.
I had to find you, Gus. You've got to come home. Where people know you and love you. Home.
I've traveled, Felicity. And I've seen things. The Southern Cross in the night sky. The fire of St. Elmo dancing on the water. Land hoving on the horizon from the mist. I've seen the sun rising on old Spanish ports in the older towns of the Maya.
and I'll never see you again. I'll never see your face again.
You've got to get home.
Have you any idea what a future would be like with me?
No. But I know what it would be without you.
I won't hold you to your promise. You don't have to marry him.
Just take it one day at a time.